Scott Jackson from Minnesota Select Volleyball and the head volleyball coach at Wayzata High School, and his daughter Hannah join us today. And Scott, first of all, thanks for taking some time with us, and Hannah as well. Tell me about club volleyball for you. Where would you be right in the season if this were a normal year, so to speak?
So right now, in early April, it's getting towards the end of what we call the qualifier season, meaning for a large club like Minnesota Select, we're participating in qualifiers, really throughout the nation. We try to stay mostly in the Midwest. Like for instance, we had a qualifier scheduled in Kansas City, Missouri coming up, or would have just passed actually this past weekend. And we've been gearing up for that. And then there's a local national qualifier as well down at the convention center that's been pushed back to mid-May, hopefully at this point. But there's obviously a great deal of doubt surrounding something like that. It's been very difficult to have them out of the gym. We miss the kids a lot. So,
how has this affected you as a small business owner of Minnesota Select there in Maple Grove?
Yeah, there's virtually every business of all sizes are being affected by this, of course, John. For Minnesota Select, we rent our facility. So we're responsible for rent each month, just like a family is with a mortgage, for instance, or what have you. And so that's a great burden when your building's completely empty for weeks and weeks, and without any possibility of that building, that asset providing you any kind of revenue. So this is a great test to our model for doing business and our ability to just be ready to provide a service once we're able to come back.
Hannah, for you as a player, what is this time like, and how have you been keeping in touch with your teammates?
We have a group chat, and so we'll talk in it, and there've been some challenges, and Select has posted social media challenges for us to connect with our teams more, which I feel like has been very helpful for my team to connect.
Individually, what have you been able to do on your own to try to do some kind of training?
Well, I'll do a lot of volleyball with my dad, and then I'll do some workouts, and because Select has been posting things, they send out a newsletter every single day about different options you can do to stay active, and so I feel like that's been really helpful.
Yeah, Scott, not all players have a dad or another family member, sibling even maybe, who's in the sport. So if you have girls that you work with and coach that it's just them who's the volleyball player in the family, what can they do on their own?
Yeah, there's been a lot of we have a great volleyball community nationwide, and of course the world's smaller now with all the different I'm sure it's just like this in any other sport. I just happen to know volleyball, but there's been a lot of posting of individual work you can do on different sites and Facebook pages and this and that. And we've tried to just pass that on at Minnesota Select. We've tried to create some unique content with some of the really talented people we have on staff as well, about how to watch video and those type of things. And we've tried to provide those one-person drills that you can do. Volleyball is a game where you can do a lot of things, but if mom or dad, they tend to be home as well right now, and so they could throw a ball at least somewhat accurately. Maybe moms and dads everywhere are getting better with their ability to accurately throw or to hit a ball maybe.
Hannah, how much do you miss the sport and miss being in touch with your teammates and practicing with them and having matches with them and all that?
Yeah, it's probably the thing I miss the most with this quarantine thing. It's what motivates me every day, and it's just volleyball is my thing that I love the most, and so, other than my family and friends, but I just love volleyball, and it's just really sad that I don't get to play it every day.
Scott, I mentioned at the beginning, of course, you're a high school coach as well. I'm sure you have been in touch with your girls. Are they on a similar program, and what is your summer training schedule? How might that be affected by all of this?
Well, at the high school level, we've been asked to just be patient for any kind of summer camps and such and summer training. Just wait. No inclination about what will happen and what won't happen with that. I think we just need time for this to play itself out a little bit with that. That's been kind of a blessing of all this, is getting more time with Hannah. I guess is for me anyway, I'm not speaking for her, is to get an opportunity to work with her a little bit directly more often, because she's playing on a team with coaches, and I wasn't a coach of that team, and she's in that regular pattern. But that's been a bit of fun. We had a simulated game last night to 15.
Yeah.
Hannah won 17-15 in the simulated game. It was a game 5, of course, so we had a good time doing that. But we just I don't know, just stay connected with kids as best you can. When somebody asks for something, you certainly do everything you can to help them.
Scott and Hannah Jackson, Minnesota Select Volleyball, thanks for taking time with us today.
Thanks, John.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.